Women Speakers Association's WSA-TV. Welcome. I'm Laura Rubenstein, your host and producer today, and we have a very special edition talking to you about leverage, as you see. And Women Speakers Association is a powerful community. However, the problem that many speakers and women entrepreneurs today have is that they don't know how to gain visibility and traction in their market. But there's a key ingredient that can change all of that, especially when you have this type of community at your fingertips. The key, as you may have guessed, I already mentioned it, is leverage. And that's today's topic. And today, Gail and Michaela and Emmy are going to uncover how this ingredient can change the trajectory of your business and help you grow your reach, your visibility, your credibility, and your profitability. So let's say hi to everyone. Hi, ladies.
Hello.
Hello.
So I thought we could start out with Gail. Why don't you tell us your role here at Women Speakers Association and how leverage plays a part in that?
Sure. If you don't know me, my name is Gail Watson, and I am founder and CEO for Women Speakers Association. And really, what my role here is to set the groundwork so that for our members and for women to come together and to be able to facilitate connection, to help them gain access to more opportunities, to help them open doors more easy. So just to really to build that playing ground that we can all come together and gather.
Awesome. And Michaela, why don't you jump right in and say more about your role and how leverage plays a part?
Thanks, Laura. So my name is Michaela Quilici, and I'm the Operations and Training Director here at Women Speakers Association. And, I joined as a member, I think it was back in 2017. So in my core business, I'm a business growth and marketing strategist with the private coaching and consulting practice. And I was looking for more visibility and more speaking opportunities. And I thought, this is a great platform. And I became a premier member. And after a very short amount of time, I realized once I got into the door of this community, I realized that there's much, much more available. And this is when I realized that really this is about access. This is a platform to meet people, to build connections, to open doors. And so since then, really excited to partner with WSA in a much bigger way to run some of our global programming here and to support women leaders to really leverage the platform, grow their message, their business, and make a bigger impact in the world.
We love that you do that. And Emmy, tell us about your role here now at Women Speakers Association and how leverage is a part of that.
Perfect. Thank you, Laura. So I'm the Global Business Connector for Phoenix, Arizona. And so it's an, additional position that I took on, which I'm so proud of. And so leverage helped me. Actually, I learned the word leverage when I started being an entrepreneur years ago. And so more and more, it played a huge part in my life, especially now, because leverage is actually what makes my life as a global entrepreneur so much easier, so much more doable and achievable with all the goals, because the power of leverage is actually very invaluable. And I use it in every area of my life, in building my relationships and expanding my businesses, and above all, in getting my team members all come together. The power of leverage is so important. And I'm so happy we're in this conversation today, because you're going to hear differently, right, Laura, from Gail, from Michaela, from me, because our experiences are from different positions as well inside the organization and out in the world. So that's the first part of what leverage is to us. So thank you.
Yeah, and we're using this word leverage a lot, but I think we should just rewind just a little bit and say, well, what is leverage and why is it important? So Gail, why don't you address that?
Perfect. I'm glad you asked that, because it's one of those general words, right? Leverage. So the value really of leverage, when we look at the value of what it is, it's really simply using relationships to increase your value in the eyes of others. Very much like if I was to make a virtual introduction to you, you to someone that I know. You're instantly going to be connected just because of that, and they'll see you. So leverage can really, when you're using leverage, it can really give you access to opportunities, people that otherwise wouldn't be available to you. And so it just really speeds up connections, it speeds up your visibility, it speeds up your influence for sure. And the one great thing that I love about leverage is it is about when you can't do leverage alone. You need you need somebody else. So what that means is with a team, be it one person, 5 people, 10 people, when connections, a network, when you leverage that, you create success, but you do it and you're not alone. Big piece.
Huge piece. I mean, we have a whole community here. So Michaela, do you want to add to that about the importance of leverage?
Yes. So I look at leverage, when I put my business strategist hat on, I see leverage really as a business strategy that accelerates growth. So I love how Gail was talking about fast tracking, right? And through relationships. So we know that in business, people do business with those they know, like, and trust, right? Everybody knows this fact. So being known, that's through visibility. But being liked and being trusted is really the key to creating influence and creating impact and creating more profit and more success. And so I see leverage as an opportunity it's the key that unlocks that trust factor, that you can really link arms, so to speak, with other people, credible organizations, leaders who already have authority in their space, perhaps the media, various avenues like that, where you can really, again, leverage those and use those as a way to boost your own credibility and your own trust. Because Laura, I love what you said at the beginning about visibility. Visibility leads to credibility, and credibility leads to profitability. And leverage is that lever in the middle that enables you to leapfrog to that stage of profitability, success, growth, and impact.
Indeed. And I love that you said it, leverage is about fast tracking relationships. So Emmy, I wanted to go over to you. And if somebody wants to actually do exactly what Michaela and Gail were talking about and leverage and fast track relationships, what should they do?
So the key factor, right? We're living in a human world, is to really develop human relationships. Number one, there's nothing like human connections. And when I think about leverage, it's really like, how do you add on more to your ammunition, right? So to me, my toolbox is all about resources. Like, what do I have? What do others have that I need in my own business? And so for me, the key factor is really developing relationships that are meaningful. I always think about 1 inch wide and 1 mile deep. It's really inside that. It's really tapping into other people's affection. It's tapping into their trust, like Michaela said, right? And so when you get that, people will be sharing with you what they have, the toolkits they have, and coupled with yours, that is a total big picture of leverage. Now, when you master the art of leveraging, you don't only master it in the world of business, you actually master it in your own personal life. So you can use leverage in every area of your life, like at home with your husband, have him do the dishes, right? So you can have more time to make one more business call, or your children, enroll them. So the key factor is leaving people feel really good and inspired to be partners with you. And this calls for team and teamwork. So if you master the power of leverage, to me, it's all about building relationships, and it's really about empathy, right? In my company, the Champions Institute, we teach that instant empathy. How do you do that? And I am the biggest consumer of that technology, trust me, right? So that's the only reason why I can have 8 ongoing projects at the same time with 8 different organizations. And this is what we're bringing into the community of WSA, the Women Speakers Association. It's like, how can you even elevate yourself to another level of masterful leveraging? So
And
that's where we're at.
And I'm hearing you, I see a lot of action happening. Like when you're around people and you're leveraging, you're able to do that because you're in action and they're in action, and action is an attraction factor. So when people meet other people, everybody wins bigger, right? And so, Michaela, women speakers and entrepreneurs work really hard, and how can leverage help?
Yes, they work so hard, and doing it alone is the hard way to go for sure. Here's the thing: a person who's in action is always giving, right? You're always you're doing, you're getting things done, and you're always looking for what's next. How do you refuel? What's your fuel? How do you, it gets tiring, it gets hard when you're always the one giving and doing it on your own. So this is all about having more ease, having more grace, having more traction, doing it faster, stronger, better, with a team, and surrounding yourself with that same strong energy. When imagine leverage as that fuel to your fire, so that you're burning brightly, other people are burning brightly, you're coming together. Like, if you think, I was talking to Gail about this earlier, I have my candle and Laura's got her candle and Gail and Emmy, but if we bring that all together, all of a sudden we're lighting the Olympic cauldron, right? And all of a sudden it's shining so brightly, and you're not expending more energy. It's about also working smarter and not harder, with a much bigger return, a much bigger satisfaction, and a much bigger impact than if you were to do it alone.
Yeah, and I love the fact that you don't have to do it alone. So many of us take on, oh, I got to conquer, I've got to exhaust myself, and you don't. And so, Emmy, as a global business connector here at Women Speakers Association, what options are you seeing that women have to leverage the community?
So many amazing things inside the community, right? Laura, inside being a global business connector, I actually have access to a lot of tools that otherwise not many people do have access to. So number one is really having access to the resources that WSA provide for us, right? The events. And for me personally, how I leverage my position is that I actually use leverage inside my leadership. And so what does it look like, right? When you're using the leverage of being a global business connector in your own leadership in every area of your life, that's huge. You get exposed to a whole big community of women with like-minded, same-hearted, individuals who are out to champion for you, to be at your back all the time. And so as being a global business connector, I use that fully. And at the same time, it makes it so fun. If you don't have leverage, if one person is not using the power of leverage, then they might find the business really hard and suffering. So for me, mastering the power of leverage and then use it through our resources in the WSA is actually making everything achievable, doable, and realistic, and pleasurable. And that is key to sustainability, right? Like having pleasure and fun. And that's the only way too. That's one of the biggest ways I actually use in order to support the members in my community inside WSA. So needless to say, it's almost a lot. It's almost like 100% the key ingredient, right? Especially leadership.
Well, it sounds like you're leveraging it for your benefit, and part of that is helping other people benefit too, and helping them shine and grow and access resources too. It's a win-win-win-win.
Absolutely. As a GBC, right? That is my personal responsibility, that the women who join my community, they join it because they like and trust me, and they can rely on me, right? So I use it all up, like helping every other soul, because that's who we are inside the Women Speakers Association. We're out here to empower everyone to be at their greatest and their fullest capacity, right? And so, great question. So thank you.
Yeah, why not? Come on board. So Michaela, why don't you tell us about what are these options that women have to have here at Women Speakers Association to leverage the community?
There's so many great opportunities. I love how, first of all, how Ebby is leveraging her position and her role, and really using that to not only open doors and have access, but also provide others with access and provide others with a platform. And so running global networking events is one of the incredible ways that our members and our guests have an opportunity to meet our global business connectors who are running and leading those events, and giving women an opportunity in the breakout rooms to truly connect with one another, and learn how to collaborate and ask for what they need and get the support. So those, I want to, in particular, those events are incredible. A lot of the women are really leveraging, again, there's our word, leveraging those events, since they are global events, to really imagine that web, right? That web all around the world of connecting with like-minded women and like-hearted women.
And I really think people are craving that connection right now. And the fact that you can, with Women Speakers Association, can either attend those meetings or run those meetings is really fabulous. So Gail, why don't you tell us more about this GBC opportunity and how people can find out about it?
Absolutely. It's an opportunity that was created solely for those women who are in action and that love to connect with others and that are always giving, but they also need a place to refuel, as Michaela was talking about, because they're so passionate about helping others succeed and having that influence and making that impact in other people's lives. So we have created what's called the Global Business Connector, as you've heard that word floating around, where it's an opportunity to leverage, our word of the day, leverage the Women Speakers Association brand, which is that know, like, and trust factor that has it. And we want to be able to give that to you so that you can use it. And we want to show you how you can use it in your business to easily open more doors, to make more connections, but more than that, to be part of a team, to really not be alone anymore, and to be your fueling station. We want to be the fuel to your fire, and help you grow and glow brighter, as Michaela was saying. So, and we do have you can learn more about that at WSA-live.com, where you can get to know more about that program.
I love that we have that. And we have so many opportunities within Women Speakers Association. And when they go to WSALive.com, what can they expect?
What they can expect to see there is, we'll have a video up and that you can take a look at, check it out, but also learn more about the program. And if you're interested in wanting to dive deeper into it to see if it's some kind of fit, there's an application that you can complete, and we will have a little conversation.
Nice. Well, I look forward to meeting everybody on these upcoming events that are run by the Global Business Connectors. Thank you so much, Michaela, for running the organization of our Global Business Connectors. Thank you, Gail, for providing these opportunities to leverage. There's so much to learn and achieve and connect and collaborate. And I love the bigger picture here. We make it easier. We take that stress off. You don't have to be so exhausted. You can be leveraging other people's action too. And it's reciprocal. It's not like you're taking advantage of anything here, but you're gaining all the benefits. So thank you for putting this all together. We'll see you at WSALive.com, everyone. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.